Hey guys, so somebody at work asked me if I could show them how to make a 3x2 piston door, so here's what I've come up with. This is about the simplest design right here. Pretty easy, come through, close the door behind you, open it to get out, and close it behind you. So you might notice there's glass blocks here, and I'll just explain why that is really quickly. So if you were to just do this right here, put down a block, piece of redstone dust on top, connecting to this piston in the middle, you only get two to fire. So we want to bring that redstone signal up to the top one. Usually you would just use a staircase, right? But if for this to work, you would have to bring it all the way around and it would be kind of big and wide, but it would do the job. So just for the sake of compacting it a little bit, what I've opted to do instead was to just make a staircase like this. But if I use the same blocks as everything else, this corner to corner cuts off the redstone signal from going up to this block. So the easy fix for that is to just replace the top block with a transparent block. That way the signal can go up, connect to there, and Bob's your uncle. So when I say transparent block, I did use glass, but any transparent block in the game would work. I don't mean its opacity, I just simply mean the game has two types of blocks, solid and transparent. Things that are transparent are like staircases, slabs, glass, tons of stuff. And you can find that just on the Minecraft wiki. So again, just don't use a solid block for the top, and this sort of C shape will work perfectly. Next, I wanted to show how you could hide this redstone. So here, if you didn't know, redstone, if you place a lever on a block, it can transmit the signal down, even though this looks like an air block, since the redstone dust is right below it, it works just fine. So I opted to use redstone torches here just because it's a really easy way to transmit a signal upward. And if I placed a block here and it was just redstone dust, it would be corner to corner and cut off that signal. So redstone torch there is just handy. But with this design, you could place grass all the way around it and it would still function. So you can completely hide all your wires. Another little tiny thing is you could use a button, which is much harder to see. It's a little easier way to conceal your redstone, but this results in a pulsed output instead of an always on or always off. So it only gives us limited time to get through the door. One way to get around that is by using a device called a T flip-flop. So this right here, these 6 blocks, 2x3 area, is a T flip-flop. And what a T flip-flop does is it basically just turns a button into a lever. So instead of getting a pulsed output, you just get an always on or always off. So even though the signal from the button has ended, the door is still open. Click the button again and it will stay open. So this is a little bit more advanced and not at all necessary if you're okay with just having a lever sticking out of the ground. I personally just like to hide my stuff as much as possible just because it's fun. So yeah, and this would work from both sides just by, oh, I was already open. I'm kind of dumb, but that's fine. The way you would close it is to just take your redstone signal and bring it all the way back to this first block that's powered in your 2x3 area for the T flip-flop. So I'm assuming that people don't already have their own T flip-flop design, so I'm just going to use the one that I personally use. All you really need for this is blocks, torches, redstone dust, a comparator, repeater, hopper, and a dropper. And then of course your activation method, so I'll use a button. So all you need to do is place down a block and you're going to power this block. So it doesn't matter if you've got a redstone line running into it from a button or just have your button directly on top, whatever it might be. From this block you want to go to the side and place down a redstone torch, place down a repeater connected to it, and you'll want to click on this repeater one extra time so that it creates a 2 tick of delay. You don't need to know why you need 2 ticks of delay, just know that you need 2 ticks of delay for this to work properly. So after that repeater, you put down a block with a torch on top of it, and that's it for one side. On this side, we want to put down a dropper facing away from the button, and then have a hopper connected into it, so it wants to funnel items back into the dropper. Then all we need to do is put a piece of redstone dust on top and put one item in either side. Doesn't matter if it's the hopper or the dropper, that's all it takes. Off that hopper, you want a comparator so it can sense if there is an item inside that hopper. And this will produce a really weak redstone signal. As you can see, if I place something right here, it wouldn't actually carry the signal. So we want to immediately place down a repeater, which would then allow us to have a strong signal that we can carry forward. If you wanted to as well, you could place down a block so that you could take this repeater signal to either side or forward. It could go anywhere. So when we click the button, everything should turn off and it will stay turned off. And when you click the button again, everything will turn on and stay turned on. That's a really simple T flip-flop design. It's fairly small, only 2x3 with an extra torch on top, really easy to hide, so it's the one that I personally use in all my builds. So that's pretty much it. Everything from as simple as this all the way to having to make a T flip-flop. And honestly, once you figure out how to use a T flip-flop, they're super handy. But yeah, if you don't care too much about just having a lever in this spot instead of a button, it doesn't honestly matter all that much. So if you're okay with that look, just go with the lever. But if you're not okay with that look, go with a button. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you have a great day and take care.